Once again, you are welcome to Financial Intelligence Group. The focus of this school is to bring financial education to the doorstep of all individuals who want to have financial independence. Today, our focus is to how to set realistic financial goals. To set a realistic financial goal, the first thing you need to do is to have a financial target. You must be specific about your target. You must determine in advance amount of money that you want to have at the end of the year for the next 10 years, for the next 30 or 40 years when you go on retirement. Let's assume that your financial target for 1 year is 12,000 Ghana cedis. You need to be specific. When you are not specific about your target and you don't know exactly what you want, it is too challenging to take the easy way when the going becomes tough and unbearable. But when you are specific, making progress, you will know. When you are retrogressing, you will know. When you are stagnating, you will know. When you know your target, the second thing that you need to ask us, the second question that you need to ask is, when do you want to make the 12,000 Ghana cedis? Do you want to meet your financial target in 1 year, in 10 years, in 1 month, in 30 years, in 40 years? You should be able to know when. Assuming that you want to make 1 million Ghanaian cedis in 10 years, you do not wait till the end of the 10th year to see whether you are able to meet the target or not. This is a long-term project. So you need to divide it into 10. It means that every year you need to get 100,000 Ghana cedis. So at the end of each year, if for one or two reasons you are unable to get the 100,000, assuming you were able to get 80,000, it means that you fell short of 20,000 Ghana cedis. This means that in the following year, you have to work so hard that you'll be able to make 120,000 Ghana cedis. So that additional 20,000 will compensate for the loss that you made in the previous year. You must also sit down quietly and analyze why you were not able to make the 100,000 in the previous year. And the useful lessons that you will learn will be able to help you to succeed in the subsequent years. So now you've known specifically what you want, you have set your target, you know when you want to achieve the target. The third most important question is, how much money do I need to save in a day, in a month, in a year to be able to meet the target? In as much as it is important for you to determine what you want to achieve in life in advance, you must also determine in advance the price that you need to pay to be able to achieve your target, the commitment, the sacrifices. Many people are interested in making money, but they are not committed. It is very easy to be interested in getting something. If you are interested in becoming a wealthy person, it doesn't call for any hard work. It doesn't call for any smart thinking. But when you are committed, in becoming rich, it calls for hard work, it calls for smart thinking. And you don't want to accept any resource apart from getting your target. So it's extremely important that you become committed, you make supreme sacrifices to be able to get the target that you set for yourself. So if you are in the market and you need to save on daily basis, do it. If you are a government worker or you have a job, you need to save on monthly basis, do it. And make sure that at the end of the year, whichever target that you set for yourself, you'll be able to achieve it. It is not just enough to fast and pray that because you have committed yourself to God, things will come automatically. I normally say that success is only attainable when one's own effort is compounded with divine assistance. Have faith and confidence in God, but when it comes to work as if there's no God. When you put these things two together, you should be able to achieve any target that you want. The fourth thing that you need to ask yourself is the rate. That is the interest rate that you are going to enjoy. If the money that you are accumulating, if you put it under your pillow, you are not going to have any interest on it. You are not going to be able to grow it. So you are going to invest this money with a credible bank. When you invest money, there are two things that you are doing. One, you want to invest money to ensure growth. Growth means that the money will appreciate in value. And then the next one is security. Security means that anytime that you want your money, you'll be able to get it. You don't want a situation where you have a very high interest rate, but anytime you are going for your money, there's a big padlock, and so you cannot have access to your money. So anytime you are investing money, you should be able to have a delicate balance between the interest rate that you are getting and the security. If you focus so much on one, you will laugh at the wrong side of your mouth. There was a time where we could safely say that a fool and his money were soon departed. But today it can happen to anybody. There's also a Japanese proverb that says that when a man with money meets a man with experience, the man with experience will go with the money, and the man with money will also go with experience. So if you have money, before you part your money to somebody, you need to do a lot of surgical analysis to know the credibility of that particular person before you invest your money with. So when you are able to do this, and you also have interest rate, don't look for a big interest rate. Any interest rate which is little bigger than the interest rate, little bigger than inflation, will ensure that there will be growth in your money. When you are able to find a delicate balance between growth and security, you can go ahead and invest your money. The last question that you need to ask yourself is that, why do you want to have 1 million Ghanaian cedis at the end of the 10th year? What is your purpose? Your purpose should be so important. If your purpose is so important, then you will sacrifice everything that you have. You will sacrifice your time, you will sacrifice your energy, you will sacrifice every resources available to be able to meet that particular objective. But when your purpose is not noble, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to have the needed passion to be able to sacrifice and meet this objective. And one of the purposes that you should have in accumulating money is to ensure that when you go on retirement, you'll be able to enjoy the fruit of your labor. 2, your money can work for you 24 hours even when you are sick. And also in the unlikely event that you lose your job, you will have enough to take care of you, your children, and even generations unborn. If you have such a noble purpose, you will sacrifice everything under the sun to make sure that you meet this objective. God bless you.